welcome to Comp today. It's August the 29th. I'm going to show you exactly what I expect you to do today because I'm sure that there's some confusion. I already know that the do now is really challenging for a lot of our students, but I'm going to ask you to try it anyway. So when you come into Canvas and complete your entrance procedure, you'll see that the second step is to, in red, read through the agenda below and then come back and take the survey. And I see there's a link there. So I'm going to do what Mr. Eric said. I'm going to read through. Okay, so he's got today's learning standards and targets. Here's a bunch of gobbledygook I don't understand. But hey, here's some English. I understand this. Demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing or speaking. I'll keep reading on down. Then I'll get to today's agenda. It says that to accomplish today's work towards mastery of the standards that are listed above, we're working independently on one of three things. Well, first is a one-on-one writing conference with Mr. Eric to discuss your My Sacred Place essay. And I know I'm not there, but if you'll check the comments in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see my feedback for you. The second thing I want you to do is work on grammar skills in no red ink. Now, if you're in period 5, you'll use this code. But my guess is that since you're watching this video, you are in period 8. And if you've still not joined, you'll need to use this code after you click this link. Okay? And then there's some sub-steps there. Then we're going to work on typing web. The username is the first half of your email address. So mine would be enentrup. And that's before the @ sign. So just the first half, just enentrup. Okay? So whatever your Gmail address is, that first part before the @ sign. And then the password, depending on your period, which if you're watching this video, is probably Comp 1308. So you'll start at the beginning, and I'm going to leave some dribbling glasses for Mr. Eric and whomever else is subbing. And this stuff might get updated by the time you watch this video. So let's go back up to the top now and take that survey, because I remembered that this is still the do now. So I click on take the survey. Now watch this. In the survey, I'm asking for your name, first and last, capitalized, because you always deserve that. And then I'm asking you to take a look at today's first learning target. Looking at the language standard below, that's what the L is for right here, including parts A and B. Okay, so I see this is the same, except this is 1A and this is 1B. I want you to write an I can statement in the box below that demonstrates you have thought about the point of this standard. Okay, so if Mr. Eric says that this is learning standard or language standard for 11th and 12th graders, standard 1, L11-12-1, the main idea is this: demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing or speaking. Okay, well, I'm just going to copy that and paste it after the words I can. And I know that D needs to not be capitalized. But I'm going to read this and ask myself if it's clear. I can demonstrate command of conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing or speaking. Okay. Well, Mr. Eric might need to explain conventions of standard and English grammar and usage for me. So I'm going to consider that. There's more to it. Let's go get it before we jump to any conclusions. Part A specifically says apply the understanding that usage is a matter of convention, that it can change over time and is sometimes contested. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to make a line there so I can fix whatever's wrong to join these together. And then for part B, I'm just going to copy and paste that as well. So let's do that, and then I'm going to model for you how to turn this into one shorter sentence. I can demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing or speaking. Well, to be honest with you, I understand everything that's not highlighted right there, that I can demonstrate writing or speaking. So let's think about the word conventions. Now, I had somebody say, well, it's like Black Expo. So I thought, well, what does Black Expo have in common with the word conventions? It's a convention, right? Well, conventions when you bring things together, things and people particularly. So if conventions means to bring something together, then conventions of standard English grammar and usage must mean when you bring together all the parts of the English language. So let's try that when writing or speaking. So I can demonstrate command, which means control, of bringing together the English language stuff. Okay, so let's change that. I can demonstrate command of bringing together the parts of English language arts. Why not? That's what we're doing anyway. Okay, and then part A was how kind of one way we're going to do that. And I'm going to change this so that it fits as a sentence here. So I'm going to back this up. I can demonstrate command of bringing together the parts of English language by applying the understanding that usage is a matter of convention. And again, convention, usage is a matter of how things, bringing things together, of how we bring things together. That's convention. Bring things together. That it can change over time, like tenses of verbs, for example, and is sometimes contested, which is a word I don't use every day, but which is sometimes argued about. Now let's read this whole sentence and see if it makes sense before we add the rest of it. I can demonstrate command of bringing together the parts of English language arts by applying the understanding that usage is how we bring things together, and that it can change over time and is sometimes argued about. That is perfect. Now let's add the rest of it. Look at this. The last part B of this standard, is to resolve issues of complex or contested usage consulting references. Okay, so like if I can look something up, maybe I can settle an argument. And is sometimes argued about, but can be settled by looking it up in a proper reference, like a dictionary or grammar website. Boom. Now, if you look at this sentence and go back up to the top and read through all of this standard, you'll see that this I can statement is what I'm looking for. Okay? See what you can do with the second learning target on your own using the copy and paste function after the phrase I can. Okay? You tell me if anything, I think you'll find it's easier. You tell me if doing that makes enough sense. And then you hit submit. That's all there is. Thanks.